Welcome to another episode of Monster Men.
What the fetch? I'm setting the tone.
The tone has been set. Today's episode of Monster Men is in dedication to a industry great.
Yeah, our man Grant Wilson, who is leaving the Ghost Hunter show.
One of the founders of Ghost Hunters. It was Jason and Grant.
Yeah.
Good cop and bad cop.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Over the years, there have been times where Jason has taken an investigation off and not been there or had to be called away. Grant was always there. I think one time Grant had like bad buffalo wings once, and he had to leave. But, I mean, he's been in every single episode.
However, and we'll get to this, if you read any of the Ghost Hunter books, he's always the one to talk about the toll it takes on your family and the sacrifices they make to do this.
He has a big family, and this is a lot of time is taken away from your family to travel around the country doing this.
So I don't even know how many years this show's been on, but I can't even imagine the show without the two of them.
No, that was a weird announcement. It was funny, they queued it up really good the week before, and they showed Steve crying, and everybody really upset. And I actually thought that Grant and Jason were leaving the show at the same time. Because Jack and I have talked about it, where we thought that they would, get the youngins up to speed, and then, just
sit back and have sort of the host.
They'd run the Spalding Inn over there in New Hampshire, or something like that. Because it is a lot. I mean, but
I would imagine that Grant is still going to have his hands in the Empire.
Well, he did say he's only leaving Ghost Hunters. He's not leaving Taps.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering.
Right, and they did hint that he would still be on other investigations. Like, I hope that he still does the Halloween investigation that they do, the live Halloween show or something. So
he'll be the guy for Sweeps Weeks when they're like, Grant is back.
Exactly. Which is funny, when he left was, I think, the Sweeps Week.
So there you go. Now, we met them at a Chiller Theater convention, and he was genuinely a nice guy. Both were very nice guys.
Yeah.
But he struck me as somebody that... A lot of people comment that Monster Men seems like the kind of show, like, people like, I feel like I could pull up a beer and sit next to you guys.
Right.
And he's that kind of guy. He could be at one side of that table just contributing to... probably doesn't know as much useless knowledge as you and I do, but...
Or you never know. Maybe more.
But he's got some great stories for us.
More than we have.
Now, speaking of great stories, let's talk about a couple of the things we liked about the moments of the show that we've loved. And I'll start off with I'm going to usually save the best for last, but I'm not going to.
Go for it.
That lighthouse, St. Augustine Lighthouse.
Oh, my God.
That was the one where they, help me.
And the shadow looking at the top.
I was like, what is going on there? And that was the one where we asked them when we met them, why don't you stay longer? And they said, well, we do stay longer, which just, for production purposes, it seems like we're there.
I mean, I guess that's why they wear the tap shirts, because you could just have, like, a suitcase full of the same tap shirt, like I'm wearing right now, my tap shirt, and it just looks like you're there for the same day.
But that's one of the ones, like, we know that there's a certain amount of production value.
It's an entertainment show. I mean, and I think we don't lose track of that, and I think that most fans don't lose track of that. This isn't the Bible of paranormal investigations. It's an entertainment show. But the glory, or the best thing that this show has done, is made it okay to talk about the paranormal. And
also,
I think that's
to their credit, not every episode has something happen.
More so in the early years. So they used to... I hated that when you tune into a Wednesday and then it's like nothing happens and they, do two plays. You're like, oh, man.
It made them a little more legitimate, but also that it just goes to prove that if nothing happens, you don't have a show. So when you're always skeptical of, are they adding sound effects? Or are they doing things behind the scenes? They seem pretty trustworthy to me, but...
I mean, you don't know them personally. I remember we did ask them how many shows they shoot. This was a few years ago.
And we talked to them for like 5 minutes. It's not like we were...
Yeah, we weren't having dinner with them. But I think they said they filmed like 10 episodes for every one that went on the air.
Yeah, because there's hours where nothing happens.
Right. And I mean, and that's the majority of paranormal investigating, where absolutely nothing happens for days on end. So...
Now, then, what a lot of people may not know is that they also have some books.
Yeah. We have 2 of them. I think they have a 3rd out too.
And I've read this one, but I have not read that one.
These are
Ghost Hunting and Seeking Spirits.
What these are their first-hand accounts, and they have another person who helps write the book for them. It's their first-hand account of things that they've encountered on investigations prior to Ghost Hunters show and also during Ghost Hunters.
There are some things I'm enjoying this. I enjoyed this one because there was some like before they were doing the TV show, and there are some where you're just like, why don't you have the footage of that? They're like, oh, there's one. I don't know if you remember the one about the golf balls on the floor.
Yes, I do remember
demonic
that.
Apartment
Yeah.
complex.
Yeah,
and they're like, well,
please,
we
did you have a camera there?
We got it filmed, but the owner has the footage. And you're like, come on.
I know, that's killer.
But at the same time, I am enjoying, I enjoy the books more than I thought I would because there's a little more insight into what was going on.
They're well written, too. Because I read a lot of these kind of books of real-life experiences, and some of them are...
These are easy reads, too, because you can read them like in short spurts. So... You know,
yeah.
You're watching TV, you could read a couple, like each chapter is just a few pages. It's like reading an Alex Cross novel.
Yeah. 1 page, one chapter.
This one, though, and I don't know, I haven't read this one yet, but in this one, let me see if they do it in this. I don't think they do. At the end of every chapter is Grant's take, so I'm getting the assumption that Jason writes it with Michael Jan Friedman.
Right.
And then Grant just throws in his 2 cents at the end.
Right.
So...
But I mean, because Ghost Hunters, the whole Taps that's Jason's baby. But I mean, Grant was there pretty much from the beginning as well, and you know he's been a great part of the show. I think Grant's been the enforcer. I'm sorry, Jason's been the enforcer, and Grant has been kind of like the softer hand. I think
one of the great Jason moments was when he was in the Shining Hotel, the Stanley Hotel, and he goes to sleep. And like
is that where the glass breaks?
I think a glass breaks and then maybe a door even closes or something in his room. And then Grant, there's one where he's in a place where there's a woman supposedly who grabs your feet or something.
Grabs your feet, yes!
And the sheet moves.
Yes! And he slept right through it.
Yeah, and those are 2... what's like your favorite thing that ever happened on the show?
Oh my God.
You live for this show. Like you're tweeting with Chris Williams and... Chris Williams is my favorite ghost hunter, for the record.
There you go. I went every Wednesday night for like the last 8 years has been, you know, going dark and going into they don't do green screen. They go the black.
You
and
could
white.
be Steve Gonzalez's stunt double.
I wish. Hey Steve, if you're seeing this, maybe I'll just grow a little more over here.
Hey, look, a spider.
Whoa!
Hey, look, an airplane trip.
I love the show. It's great entertainment.
They did an episode in Salem, Massachusetts, where I used to live, and they were in a restaurant that claims to be haunted. I know a ghost hunter who has written books about New England ghosts. Mr. Cahill, we'll do a whole show about him. He's passed away since then. But I went to a dinner in his honor at this. Me and Morgan went to this dinner.
Morgan.
And nothing ghostly happened, but something weird did happen. In the middle of the ceremony, this crazy guy came up the stairs into the function room and started yelling and stuff like that, and somebody had to grab him and take him out. So I'm watching, I heard Ghost Hunters gonna be in Salem, and I'm like, oh my God, I used to live there. And I'm looking at the place, and my phone rings. It's Morgan. He's like, you watching Ghost Hunters? I'm like, yeah. He goes, dude, that's the hotel for Cahill's function where that crazy guy showed up. It's like, that place is haunted. So I have a personal connection to one of the locations.
Every now and then, every season, there's an episode where they'll go into a place that you could tell scares them. And when they're kind of freaked out, you get kind of freaked out watching it. So literally, I mean, they could have 30 episodes a season. I am going to keep tuning in for that one episode that just makes my hair in the back of my neck stand up. And you can tell when they really feel it, and when they're uneasy and they're off their game because whatever's going on, it's just throwing them completely off. Love those episodes.
And one of the other great ones, you just reminded me, they talk about it here, is when the cameraman got hit in that prison.
Oh, when the thing flipped up on him? That was in the armory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
If you can seek that one out, they talk about it in this book, the Ghost Hunting book.
And here's something I would love to see, is a whole episode that's dedicated to interviewing the techs who work on the
that
show.
would be great.
And let us know what was their take before they started doing the show, what's the take now, and what experiences have they had.
And where's the scariest place?
Yeah, I would love to see that episode. I tweet Chris, I think, and Amy incessantly about doing that episode, and they never tweet back. But I think it would be a great idea to do that. So, guys, you might want to think of a little special. So, I mean,
Here's our 2 cents: the monster men to the ghost hunter.
I mean, we're gonna miss Grant. I mean,
we're gonna say yes, a tip of the hat.
Thank you. He's an integral part of the show. We're gonna miss him.
So great entertainment, great food for thought, and
he's got a great team, though. I mean, it's a good team.
Yeah, no, we're fans, so we just wanted to give a shout out to Grant, do a little ghost hunting talk.
Yeah, thanks, Grant, for 8 years. It was.
If anybody's got a
ride.
spot out there in the New York, Connecticut area, we'd love to go visit a place too. So email us and with your stories or your places that we can go visit.
Yeah.
If you've got a place we can go visit, let us know.
We'll come out.
We'll shoot a show there. All right, but anyway, tip of the cap. Thanks, Grant, for
Thank you, Grant.
a great run, and good luck in whatever you do next. And we'll see you next time
on the Monster Men.